Hi everyone, it's Helen here. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today we're going to be playing with the brand new lace embossing folder. This is a funny size, it's 9.5 by 7, so you're going to be able to do all of your card making with this as well, but it is perfectly sized for the large album here. Right, so this is probably episode 4. I've lost count of the numbers. We've been making this beautiful album here. We've got this lovely waterfall here. We also have a lovely triple pocket. I will leave the links for all of those videos down below, but today we're going to be playing with the embossing folder, which is a 3D embossing folder. It doesn't say it on here, but it's definitely 3D. Okay, and here it is. I have made this beautiful little flap for my album in here. It's going to work perfectly with ordinary cardstock as well. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do it with the Vellum. Okay, so here is the embossing folder. It comes in this packaging, or at least it should do. I don't know if there's been any changes. It opens up, it's basically just a very deep press in there. It's definitely a 3D. So I've got here my sheet of vellum. I'm going to pop that in there, and I'm also going to spray it front and back. This is really going to help with just water. This is going to help with cracking and things, and it's going to work really well with ordinary cardstock as well. So if you've ever used a 3D embossing folder and it's gone straight through and made cracks and creases and cuts into your paper, then this is one way around it. Just spritz it with some water, front and back. Right, so my machine is slightly different. I definitely would suggest a large format machine for this. I'm going to take out one of my plates, use what plates it says for your machine, and I'm also going to push this a little further down, so when it first goes through the machine, if it's too fat, it's not a nice word to use, but if it's too fat, it's going to have trouble feeding through initially. So move it down, make sure it's not coming off the bottom here, and then we're going to run that through. Okay, and another thing to note is always put your embossing folder through hinge side first. Okay, I have seen in the past a few embossing folders destroyed because they were fed through the other way around, and sometimes because of all of the pressure things can move and slide, so the hinge keeps everything in place. Let's open this up, and there we have a gorgeous lace detail. Isn't that stunning? I love that. Kind of reminds me of Pergamano, doesn't it? Okay, so let's trim this out. I'm going to get my big paper trimmer out and trim all of those sides down. Okay, so I have that now trimmed out. I think that looks absolutely stunning. Got to choose which way I want this now. I think I'll have it that way. And I'm going to be making a flap for one of my pages. So I'm going to have to add a score line across the top here. So I'm just going to score this, it comes with its own tool, at 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to fold this down and then fold this back up again, because it's going to be a working flap. Now let me know in the comments down below what you would use this embossing folder for. Is it going to be mostly card making? Just think of all the ideas that you could do with this. I know we've got Mother's Day coming up in March here in the UK and a lot of other countries around the world, so this lace embossing folder is going to be absolutely perfect. Okay, that looks stunning as part of a front page. You can fray this up if you have one of those edge distressors. I'll show you what that looks like. An edge distresser, you can go in with that. Getting loads of ideas now. And you can also pop it through a sewing machine and add some thread. That would look fantastic too. So let's choose the page that we're going to be playing with and decorating with today. So we have this one here that opens up that way, and I think maybe if I add this here, I'll have to trim this down again. I didn't measure first, but we can pop that there. I will give you the final measurements for this page, and that will lift up like that. So I'll mat the bottom here and have that as an add-on flap that goes up. Right, let me get everything worked out and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to go for a mustard colour from the paper pack, and I'm going to trim that down to 8 3/4 by 6 1/8. And there is a page mat included with the large album, so you're not going to be lost if you just want to do your page mats like that. So 6 1/8, and I've got nice juicy offcuts there for other bits and bobs. Right, so let's get these popped down. And I've also cut the vellum to the same size. So that's 8 3/4 by 6 1/8. These are pretty nice offcuts. I might keep those. Okay, so on our little segment here that we made at the top, that's where I'm going to be adding my glue. Some red tape across there would also hold it extra securely as well. And then just line that up with your page mat, and then press that down and wait for that to dry, and that will actually dry clear. Right, I'm going to give that a few moments to set and dry. In the meantime, I've got all of these little page mats here. This is a 5x7, 6x4, I've got a 4x4, and I got some 3x4s here. Now these are going to absolutely work perfect. Apart from the 4x4 with this stamp set here, the Place Photo Here stamp set, this is a back in stock item. However, it's now separated from the die set that it used to come with. It's a very popular item. I think we've had it about 2 or 3 times now and it's sold out. So this is now back as a single stamp set, so I can use these here to instruct the sizing for those photos. And I'm going to pop these onto some patterned paper mounts or backs basically. Okay, so I've got my little page mat here. I've trimmed off a little bit too much that side, but we're just going to go with it, and I'm going to glue that on quite flat there, because I know that once you start adding your things and you start adding things onto like foam mats and bulky things like that, it really does puff the book out. So as you can see with this one, it's quite bulky. Right, so this is a 5x7, and I'm going to glue that down, and then I think I'm going to delve into the ephemera from the paper pad and see what we can create here. Okay, so that's now ready for our photo. Okay, so this is fantastic. You get all the paper in here as well, but I've just taken all the paper out and I've just got all of the sheets, the die cut sheets. And yes, they are die cut. You can pop these out. So there's loads of things in here. I'm not too sure if I can get it all in one shot. There we go. No, I need to move this out of the way. Let's get it all on the frame. That's the word I was looking for. There we go. Right, so we've got clocks, retro things, because this is vintage market, so you're going to have all this kind of stuff. The LPs are really making a comeback. The classic camera has been back for a very long time on trend. Clocks, loads of frames here, so I am actually going to take some frames out, and we can actually use those as photo frames. So you can take this out as well, and that will be your size, or you can just stick this over a photograph. I'm just going to stamp on here, Place Photo Here, and I'm going to choose this frame as well. And then I need something like a cluster of something on the front, so I'm thinking maybe this clock would look good. Let's take this clock out. What I really need to do is just take all of these off. Oh, this clock's nice as well though, you see, sport for choice. We've got lovely frames. We've got the typewriter here. We've got the Singer style sewing machine. Loads of different ornate frames to choose from. Gramophone, I think you get 2 sheets of each. Radios, bicycle there. Another retro camera, lanterns. That's a nice clock. Oh, I've just done that one. So there's loads of in here to choose from. Telephone. I might come back to that. We'll see how we get on with decorating. Right, so let's lift this up. I might cover this up with a strip or something. It's up to you how you want to decorate yours. So let's lift that up. Then we have here our little frame and our little frame there. I kind of maybe want to just hide that under there as well. I'm just going to have a little audition here of little bits and bobs and things. So I'm going through all the retro things that are included in the paper pack, but paper pack is really quite nice and floral, so if you don't want to kind of mix this with the retro items, you can always just add your own flowers and bits and bobs like that, so you're not just stuck to like one theme. This floral theme will take you across lots of different areas. So I like that cluster. We're going to leave it like that, I think. So let's do some stamping. Just do the place photo here. I'll do the small one, and I'm going to stamp it directly onto these mats here. These do come out, okay, so if you are actually adding your photos, just take those out and pop your photos in. So I'm just going to add my glue around the frame. I haven't gone into any of this centre bit that comes out. Pop that there. And this is glossy, so I am going to give that ink a little bit of time to dry properly. Add my glue here, just so it's in this area here and not covering up the top section. Let's get that clock the right way around. There we go. And then we're going to pop this one just here. Again, I'm not going to get any glue around this area here, so I need to avoid glue going in that bit there. So I'm just going to add glue around that section. This does give us a little bit more freedom when adding our photos, because we want to be able to get to this bottom section. And I'm going to pop that there. So I'm not going to use any sort of 3D foam adhesive pads or anything like that. Just going to keep it as flat as possible. I could probably get maybe another thing here. I know this will be hidden once a photograph goes there. So we're going to lose that camera element once a photo goes there. So we could pop something else there. Let's just go for the gramophone. Let's just go big. And I'm going to pop it down the bottom there. And I probably will add a little bit of 3D adhesive foam. So we're going to add a little bit of bulk here, so let's pop that along the bottom there. There we go. Just pop that there. Pop this here so I can then still get a photograph underneath there. That's going to be a bit flappy, but I'm going to be able to get my photo slid under there. Right, I need something here now. What should we do? Should we do another photo frame? I think we will. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. Right, I think that would look stunning like that, and we lift that up, and there's loads more. There's even room under here for something else as well. I'm going to match this camera to this one so that they look like twins. I'm going to definitely use my little pink foam mat for this. I'm running out of space. I've made so much mess. But that's a really good sign you're having fun. Beautiful. And again, I'm just going to add glue around the frame part because this bit here, it pops out. Right, so I'm going to move this down. Put that in place, and I want to put a little strip just across the top there, and I think I'll use this paper here so it matches. Right, so here is today's project with the vellum. I absolutely love this. It's absolutely stunning. Let me know in the comments what you would use this lace detail for, this lace embossing folder for, cards, anything like that. If you'd like to join our group Paper Crafting with Helen Griffin and share your makes on there, I would love to see what you come up with. So there's plenty more of decorating for me to be getting on with this, and I've still got some more tutorials to film and also lives that I can use this with. I go live every Thursday at 1 p.m. and I believe we should be carrying on and get this album finished throughout some of those lives. So do make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss those. You can click in the corner, the icon there, or the subscribe button down below. Everything that I've used today is listed down below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this one, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.